Hello everyone and welcome, it's your boy Logic and we're here with a DBD Clan Civil War where in the semi-finals we have Stormrunner coming up against Poison Ducky, and here we will be fighting out on Outdorf Outskirts, Troll Country and River Amaxon here for the best of 3 semi-finals. For the second semi-finals we will have a Rubber Ducker War up against Ilmatar. So lots of ducks here to play and looks like let's get it going. We are going to be having the OP Greenskins going up against Vampire Counts here for Poison Ducky. Looks like he did ban Wood Elves and Dark Elves. Good balance all round. But I hope everybody's doing well here today. And hopefully there's going to be some really awesome games coming forward. Hope you're all well wherever you are in the world. And having a good day. Nice to see some of these boys come up against each other again. And fight it out for all the bread. Alright, just as we load in here with both of them. I'm going to play on Outdorf Outskirts. I really like this map here. You have some good Greenland here on the right hand side. And a nice open battlefield with some good terrain all over the place here, which you can definitely utilise to your effect. You've got buildings in the way. It should be some good, interesting fun here with Greenskins up against Vampire Counts. Vampire Counts can use all of the trees, can use all of the terrain here to their advantage. Obviously, the OP skins are... Once we have no data... Okay, let me refresh this, guys. I've got no data on my side, guys. Can you send me a... Can anybody here watching send me a message just saying hey, just saying that you can see and hear me and everything's all okay? Ah, says I've got excellent connection now. So hopefully that's okay. Yeah, if anybody could just drop a message saying, hey, yeah, I can see you, hear you, that'd be perfect. Ah, cheers, Ducky. On my side it said no connection, which was really kind of weird. Alright, so let's go with the VC here today. So we have some Blood Knights in here today. So we have 2 units of Blood Knights. I have that as far as I can see. So 2 units of Blood Knights. Skeletons and Warriors here for the front line, which you get mixed alongside some zombies. So a nice big thick front line here. And we're going to have 2 units of, including the dire pack walls. So double dire walls here with the dire pack in the front for the bonus plus large, anti-large. And the double black coach in the back here. So double black coach, extremely good with the black nimbus and all, etc. As well as Manfred von Carstein on top of his dragon here in the sky. Manfred, of course, having the availability of 2 different winds of magic. But he will have Master of the Black Arts, Raised Dead, Invocation of Nehek, Purple Sun of Zexrus, and Pestilence Breath with the Sword of Unholy Power. It'll of course come with Curse of Undeath. And there was another character I think I saw here somewhere. Here we go. So we do have a Necromancer down here. Who of course will be coming with that regeneration with Master of the Dead and Forbidden Rod. Here for the big bang meanie greenies, we do have in the back a Night Goblin Shaman. It looks like he has... what is that there? Is that Vindictive Glare? It looks like Vindictive Glare. Vindictive Glare with the Madcap Russians to get as much Vindictive Glare out as possible. So Goblin Warfighter Archers here in the front. Looks like 2 units. We are going to get some Night Goblin Fanatics in the front with some big bad Black Orcs. Brilliant stuff here. Some more Forest Goblin Spider Rider Archers for the very nice boys. And with some Mangy Marauders here on the flank for the nice AP. The 8-peak Loons in the front with the Unbreakable Fanatics. As well as some Orc Arrow Boys here for some nice range. We do of course have Gron the Paunch, which is going to be supported alongside the Orc Shaman. The Orc Shaman today will be having Fist of Gore for that nice magic damage. And the Brain Buster. We do have the big bad Grom here today, who does have Lucky Banner, the Great in its Ear, and Language of the Boys. In the back we do have some Savage Old Biggins, with that very nice bonus for large anti-large melee attacks. He will be coming through with the 25% physical resistance and Frenzy. So really good stuff here. Let's see, both of these guys hopefully ready. Ready when you both are. And let's get kicking it off. Nice armies here from both sides. What do they have here to deal with the Black Orcs is the question. You do, of course, have the double black coach. Skeleton warriors in the back. I didn't see any grave guard. Doesn't look like there's going to be a grave guard, so it looks like 2 units of blood knights. Yep, so it looks like it's going to be the blood knights, as well as Manfred and the double black coach here for the damage, and the chaff just to keep the balance of power going. I'll just allow the rest of this here just to debilitate as it goes on throughout the battle. Lots of skirmish though up against some cheap front line. That skirmish is just going to be peppering here up against all of this front line. How we doing, guys? How we doing, Dutch Favour? Oh, supporting Stormrunner today. Forbidden Rod too. Yeah, he's going to be stroking that Forbidden Rod, getting all those winds of magic. Patmat played better than me, but I scrolled myself into the semis. What factions did you play, Ducky? Alright, so it's not both underway. We are going to have, of course, VC pushing forward here. And we're just going to be seeing a little bit of rotation out of Stormrunner with the green skins. He's going to be moving over here to the left-hand side, maybe trying to see if he can deal with the Dire Pack Wolves. These guys are going to be exceptional. You kind of really want to keep these guys alive as long as possible. Just that in the later stages of the game, when this is a little bit more removed the army and it's a little bit more separated apart, these can get in and around and help deal with the Goblin Warfighter archers, etc. Although this is not a bad push because there's no poison from the Spider Riders. These guys can use their 95 speed up against the 92 and hopefully try and catch onto the Goblin Warfighter archers. Looks like one is going to be able to get him. One is very nearly catching here. If they do manage to catch, that will be game over there for those Goblin Warfighters. In front though, a nice charge from the Blood Knights up against the Night Goblin Fanatics. Got to be careful. There we go. There they go. Those little Fanatics going as hard as they can. Also Blood Knights on the left-hand side. We want to see Manfred into the mixture. So you're going to get a nice breath attack here onto the Orc Arrow Boys, maybe. Do apologise. On that nice slow front line there. There's going to be nice 23 speed there. What's going to be going down here? Looks like there is going to be a spell. A Vindictive Glare going down, I think. Yep. Yeah, it was a Vindictive Glare there, so good stuff. Heading actually do some really good damage up against Manfred on cast line. Very good stuff. You could pop the Madcap Mushrooms there and maybe get another one off if you really wanted to. We're going to force that healing there for Manfred. Maybe not quite yet, but you'll definitely be seeing it in the near future. The Goblin Warfighter Archers are going to just be peppering here into the Black Coach. We don't want to get the Mangy Marauders over on this side and deal with the Blood Knights as well as the double Black Coach. Get that nice armor piercing going forward here as it goes on. Hey, Full Poland, how you doing, man? How you doing, Zypher? This like on the porch is going to be just a little bit of just chilling over here. We do also have the Orc Shaman. They get involved with some really nice brain busters here, just smash up some of this cheap front line. We do have the Fellbats coming over the top. One of the Fellbats could be targeting here. They do have 110 speed, so they could definitely do some dealing up against the Goblin Warfighters. Wouldn't be too bad to see them up against the Poison Spiders. Black Coaches though coming through, pushing straight into the Black Orcs. They cannot maintain in this formation up against the Black Orcs. They will really struggle and get hit relatively hard up against this massive armor-piercing unit. Goblin Warfighters though will be able to poison here up against the Black Coaches, slow them down, and as you can see, now going to get surrounded here by the Black Orcs. These Black Coaches could really struggle. They do have some good abilities the longer they stay in combat and the more bonuses they do get. However, here they are going to be starting to struggle if they do maintain. As you can see, Black Coach here really going to be losing all of... Oh, Purple, the sun's going to be going down. Very good stuff here on top of the Black Coach. Doing some very good work up against the Black Orcs and the Orc Arrow Boys. And just allowing here the Black Coach to get out, but as you can see, their leadership not too great here from these guys. So they can get broken rather easily and start to debilitate. We do have the weird walking skeletons coming around the side here. They will be able to flank around this house and maybe try and get into the back line and just surround here up against the Orc Boys and the Savage Orcs. We get that nice negative leadership. In the sky though, we do see the Fellbats. They are going to be pushing and maybe trying to shut down the Mangy Marauders. It's not a bad target at all. Very good there with the nice AP for the Mangy Marauders. These guys also have immune to psychology, so fear not going to be affecting them, and especially terror. Over the top though, we do have the Black Orcs, which are really starting to get punished now. These two have been separated and segregated on their own, so they're going to be no support. Wouldn't like to see the Orc Shaman getting in here, maybe a nice brain bust that helps try and clear out some of this chaff and allow these guys to become just a little bit more free. You can see Black Orcs absolutely everywhere fighting up against this Black Coach. Black Coach is going to be getting healed with Manfred nice and close as well, so they will both be getting the healing. Oh no, it looks like there's going to be no healing. Oh, there was healing going to be. Invocation of a Hate there in the middle. Yeah, good, that's what I expected. And we are going to see the Orc Shaman just chilling. He's got lots of HP, and we do have Grom in the mixture fighting up against zombies and skeleton warriors. over here on the flank. We get a nice good overview. We can see a few units chasing. The Mangy Marauders are a little bit far there in the distance. Can't be helping here against the massive armor here from the black coaches. And in the middle here we do have the Necromancer, who is stroking his Forbidden Rod, causing damage to himself, of course. But obviously getting the much needed Winds of Magic for Manfred from Cast Iron. We do have the Black Orcs, which are really starting to waver now. One unit has been broken with 900 HP, and how many models left there? It's like 16 models for those, and it's like we have 24 models for 1.7k HP for the Black Orcs. We do have Orc Shaman here, up against the Skeleton Warriors, and he's getting smashed in the face by the Black Coach. Looks like Grom is desperately trying to claw on and grab here. War has gone off, giving that plus 24 melee attack, 25% armor piercing, and 25% base weapon damage. Over here, though, certain units coming back thanks to War, giving some nice leadership buffs as well. As you can see, skirmishing here up against the Doggos. These Doggos have been a ginormous pain, including the Fellbats. Fellbats are actually the bane. They are so annoying to play against. But as you can see here, Balance of Power really starting to pull, which is going to be interesting to see how that can affect the Greenskins going forward. The AP Loonies, if they can manage... Oh, is this going to be another nice Purple Sun? Brainbuster going down in the front up against the Skeleton Warriors, but this Purple Sun is going to be absolutely fantastic. Brilliant stuff here in that pocket. Look how much damage that did. I would be very interested to see what Manfred gets here towards the end. Very good stuff, and it looks like that is going to be army losses with a perfect Purple Sun there at the end. Very good work here from VC. Poison Ducky playing absolutely exceptional there. Well done to him. 460 damage value for Grom. Unfortunately, not quite involved as much as I would have liked to see him. He does have a massive 90 charge bonus, so it would have been nice to see him there in the mixture. 270 damage value, a little bit low there for the Nine Goblin Shaman. He did get a nice Vindictive Glare up against Manfred von Cast Iron, so I think maybe he could have done a bit more damage value. But 512 here for the Orc Shaman, 575 for the Fanatics, and 470 for the 8-peak Loonies. Not too much for the front line, 600 here for the Savage Orcs, 1.3 for the Black Orcs, and only 300 for the second one. 350, 210, and 400, for about 350 damage value on average for the Orc Arrow Boys. Not too much. Could have expected a little bit more from those, but lots of surround here coming, and very wide. There really wasn't much to shoot into at all here for the Greenskins. 161 damage value, 611 for the Goblin Morphied Archers, nearly doubling their value there, and 680 for the Spider Riders, and 810 from the Mangy Marauders. So very good stuff, and let's have a look at this bad boy. Manfred von Cast Iron coming in from Poison Ducky, 2,500 damage value, brilliant work there from him. And as you can see, stroking his Forbidden Rod the entire time, the Necromancer getting nothing. Front line, just chaff as normal, about 200 damage value on average by the looks here for the Skellies. And 1.1 here for the Blood Knights, and 560 for these Blood Knights, 170 and 737 for the Dire Pack Wolves, so very good stuff there. 1.1 for the first Black Coach, 1.1 for the second, and 46 damage value for the Fellbats. Brilliant work there, brilliant work indeed. Let's have a look here. So how's everybody doing today? I have Beastman PTSD. Quack quack. What is the DBD? What is the DBD clan? So DBD clan is Death Sword Dishonor, hosted here by a Rubber Ducker War. He is the leader of the clan. So he's a Total War Warhammer 2 clan here. So what we do is we all come together and we play Total War Warhammer 2 together. Everybody's really, really nice. I also like Manfred in this matchup. Yeah, Manfred's really cool in this matchup. He has obviously 2 different Winds of Magic, and he can bring all sorts of brilliant things. Stroggy is also exceptionally good as well here. Has regeneration as far as I'm concerned, I think. Has regen, I think. So we'll be playing on the second map here, which will be Troll Country. Let's go ahead and put that in. Troll Country here, a little bit of a smaller map. To see just a little bit of different plays. It's him or the Stroggy Lord. Yeah, I could agree part of Manfred for sure. I really like Manfred. I think Manfred's very good. Okie dokie, so here, let's have a look what we're going to be doing. They're chatting about the matchup. Now buff everything. Biggin should have 160 armor. We have one of these two here, and we'll be going through to the final. Are you trying to make me pick Beastmen Rubber Duck War? Of course he is. Of course he is. You need to pick Beastmen. It's actually Rubber Duck War's favourite faction. Just nearly after the Greenskins. I'm going to tell you this until you tell me to stop. Pick a ban, you crazy fool. Pick a ban. But how's everybody doing today? I hope we're all having a good day. What matchups would you guys like to see today? First Greenskins, straight on the board. Actually, we should definitely be putting this onto Unlimited. Spider Rider should... God's sake. Alright. Alrighty, so who picked and banned first? It looks like it's Poison Ducky, so it looks like Storm Runner denied. So we have Storm Runner to pick a ban. And let's see, Storm Runner of course loves the Dark Elves, so I'm sure he'll be picking Dark Elves, banning Greenskins, and I think the rest doesn't really matter for him. Anyone in DBD main High Elves? I don't think so. I don't think we have High Elf main. Ducky is a Lizardman main. Oh, Pentadragon, does he? Does Pentadragon... Ah, how you doing, Davina? Quite quack indeed. Yeah, so we go DE ban, Greenskins, and Wood Elves. Okay, interesting stuff. I like the Wood Elf ban there. Good to see a High Elves pick here, for sure, but High Elves are pretty poor as well. Knowing Poison Ducky, you could almost... I think he likes his undead factions, Poison Ducky. So you could see all sorts of things here. Oh, you're fine, Stormrunner. You're fine. But I think Ducky is a Lizardman main. Stormrunner is a Dark Elf main. I'm sure we can go through everybody here. We do have Geese Howard, who is a Beastman main, and well with Ilmatar. I don't know what Parkmac mains. I don't know if you can tell me that, Ducky. I don't know what he mains. But Robin is brand new here today. He unfortunately lost to Stormrunner, but I haven't seen what he mains yet. But we played some fun games yesterday in the DBD, guys. And does Cap tell us main? He doesn't main Dark Elves as well, does he? No. Poison Ducky and Rubber Ducky War are different people. Yeah, they are big, but they are different people. All different ducks here of all different walks of life. Right, so I was thinking we might see High Elves here, but interesting because two of the lower considered factions in the Warhammer 2 roster selection. However, yeah, it should be interesting to see here. Should be interesting to see. You've got all sorts of things. You've got the Heralds here, who are very good with their 110 speed. They're the fastest skirmish cavalry in the game. They'll be very good at taking down all sorts of armor piercing as well here from repeater crossbows. You've got good... yeah, I think it's been an interesting battle. You're going to see any dragons. You can see dragons. You're going to see the Marathi double Manticore maybe. Anything's possible here, I think. It's true, it's true, and it's true. They are the same person, just nobody knows yet. We weren't going to release that information to the public, but now you've done it, we have to tell everybody. They are the same person. Rubber Duck Award just needs 6 tries. Alright, so we are going to play on Troll Country as well, so quite the small map. Maybe not too much skirmish here. So could be a little bit better here for the Dark Elves potentially. They do have some very good armor piercing, especially cheap armor piercing options. You have Dark Shards, you have repeater crossbows, you have all sorts of good armor piercing stuff here up against the High Elves. High Elves in general are quite expensive for what they do, and Dark Elves have a very low health pool overall as an average. So it should be interesting to see how this is going to go either side. And people are going to go very elite with dragons and like dragon princes. You know, what sort of thing are we going to expect here? We're going to see some Blackguard and Agarond. I think Stormrunner is a very good player, and he picks. I've seen Storm definitely a few more times than I've seen Poison Ducky, but he can sometimes bring some really cool, interesting builds that, you know, some things that I would never think of because I'm not a particularly big Dark Elf player. And he always brings some stuff that always surprises me, and it always does very, very well. Alright, so we're ready here, so let's hop into it. I need a second line to get past part map. It's true, it's true, it's true. Part map is now ultimately salty. I really like this map, I forever think about this ridge. I will never forget about this ridge. Consul Rome has made me... he's actually given me PTSD about this ridge. Consul Rome also, he, up against the Dowie, he had the Dowie spawn here. He had 2 units of... Helmstorm rocket batteries here for the Empire. Empire into Dowie, by the way. And basically was able to shoot over the ridge, and the cannons here weren't able to shoot up against the Helmstorm rocket batteries. So they just got absolutely destroyed. What's up, Aristodemos? Elves up. Needs many loves. Elves need a lot. Elves need a lot of love. Maybe, I mean, Wood Elves got hit pretty hard as well, actually, recently, to be fair. So, Elves need some love. Why is there civil war? Well, you see, these guys want to play against each other, and not everybody can be the best duck. So here today, the whole point of the civil war is to continuously keep finding who is the best duck. Alright, so for the High Elves, it looks like we have 3 units of Illyrian Reavers in the front line. So nice, cheap, and very fast here today. We have some more cavalry as well. We have 3 units of Dragon Princes as well. Okay, interesting stuff. So 3 units of cheap cav mixed in with 3 units of very expensive cav. And looks like in the sky we do have Atharion the Grim. Brilliant stuff. I love this. So Atharion the Grim here with the Fang Sword of Eltharion. Very good stuff there. Tempest, also having Hand of Glory and Apotheosis. That nice terror in the sky. And some really good melee stats. Let's have a look here in the front line as well. So what do we have? So just normal spearmen. I don't think we can afford Silver and Guard with all of that back line. Yeah, so just 5 units of spearmen, 2 units of very cheap archers, and it all comes down to the cavalry play. So really good stuff there. Nice and elite here from Big Poison. So Stormrunner will be having some Dark Riders with shields, so nice and cheap. We'll also have some Cold One Knights here. So Cold One Knights relatively expensive. These guys do have bonus plus large, anti-large armor piercing, with some more Cold One Dread Knights in the back. So Cold One Dread Knights are exceptional shock cavalry for sure. Up in the sky, we do have Lokia Fellharp in the sky with the ROR Crows of the Cave, which I believe have regeneration. So Lokia Fellharp, who will have Deadly Onslaught, Dreaded Duelist, Foe Seeker, obviously Noxious Breath, and Helm of the Kraken, given that restoration when he is in melee combat, as well as Merciless Slave. If we look here for the Crane, no, they don't have. Oh, unless that ability there is regen. Yes, it does have the Crow's Feet, which has that regeneration, Vanguard Deployment, and Fear. So it looks like we have another unit of Cold One Dread Knights and some Cold One Dread Knights there with the spears, the bonus plus large, anti-large armor piercing. Bleak Swords along the front. And we do have a caster here, which is going to be the caster of Shadows. Now it looks like Mystifying Miasma there, I believe. No, so it looks like it's going to be Pendulum and Enfeebling Foe. Just 2 nice cheap spells there. So relatively cheap hero today. And I feel these Illyrian Reavers could be getting a big rude awakening. Alright, let's kick right off into it. Going to come down to some cav and cav play and see whoever wins the, obviously whoever wins the cav here is going to win initially. We do have a Tharion the Grim. Can Tharion the Grim beat Loki or Farheart in the sky? That's a difficult one. I actually don't know. I don't know who's going to win this. He also has the Crows of Cain as well. So what can these guys do? And a very good backline harass is shutting down the archers. Especially, you'll get both units for that value. Spearmen here up against Bleak Swords. So 36 playing 32 up against the 50 melee defense with 22 melee attack here for the Spearmen. Over here in the top, we are going to see a unit of Dark Riders here, fighting straight up against the Dragon Princes, losing relatively comfortably there. God, they got absolutely destroyed. And over here on the right, we do have some Cold One Dread Knights fighting up against some Dragon Princes as well. We do have the Spearmen in, so you can probably drop the Dragon Princes out and force the Spearmen in and get some good value there. Over here, we do have, what's this, one Lyran Reavers and 3 units, no, so 2 units of Lyran Reavers, 2 units of Dragon Princes fighting up against 1 unit of Cold One Knights. Cold Knights are going to lose relatively quickly there. You see Tempest just nearly missing up against Loki or Farheart. Glitching there just a little bit. So we also see the Crows of Cain there inside fighting up against the Dragon Princes. Looks like Apotheosis going down, and then they're healing there on the Dragon Princes. In the front, we do some Lyran Reavers here fighting up against a unit of Cold One Dread Knights and a unit of Dark Riders with shields. So we do have the Cold One Dread Knights coming through as well with some nice Bleak Swords, really trying to push onto the position and shut down the unit of archers. We do have Loki Farheart in the back. Where has... oh, there's a Tharion. So Tharion is going to be over here. Is a Tharion faster? So Tharion has 90 speed, and we do have 90 speed here from both. Okay. He looks like he's coming after the Sorceress of Shadows. Shut her down, shut down the magic, and could be relatively good here. He doesn't have any support, though. So all the entire battle going to be over here. We are going to be seeing some Knights fighting up against Bleak Swords. It's going to be very difficult here for the Dark Elves, I think. There's lots of spears everywhere and lots of elite Dragon Princes to deal with these Cold One Knights. But it's going to be fighting absolutely everywhere. It looks like we're going to be having some Lyran Reavers fighting up against some Bleak Swords. But because of the support of Loki Farheart with the very nice Terror coming in with that Dragon, should be able to turn out lots of these units. Healing here is going to be going down on top of the Dragon Princes in this pocket. We're going to be seeing the Dragon Princes get the nice rear charge here up against the Bleak Swords. Dragon Princes absolutely everywhere you look. Dragon Princes pinning in these Sorceress of Shadows could be quite nice as well. Loki just managed to get back into the sky. Once getting shot here by the 2 units of archers. Looks like we are going to have a nice pendulum here in the pocket. Yeah, so it looks like it did get a couple of units here of the Dragon Lyran Reavers and a couple of units of the Spearmen. In the pocket here, we do have some Dragon Princes really charging here up against the Cold One Knights. Getting some good damage value. They do have a nice 80 charge. Oh no, this is just, sorry, Lyran Reavers. I thought there were some nice Dragon Prince charges. But Dragon Princes do have 80 charge bonus, so having those charges cycle charging over and over again is very beneficial. Over here on the left, we do actually have Tharion the Grim with the very nice Terror here, pushing off some units of Cold One Knights, fighting up against the Bleak Swords as well. Should be able to help there and get some good damage value. So he is going to be healing the unit of Dragon Princes here, and they are going to continuously cycle charging the Bleak Swords. We do have some more Spearmen coming back into the mixture here. Spearmen will lose the Bleak Swords, but they will win here up against the Knights, of course, with the bonus for large, anti-large, and the continuous peppering here coming in from the archers, doing some very good continuous damage value here up against Loki Farheart. Loki Farheart here does want to heal. He does have to maintain in combat. I wouldn't mind seeing him here going after a Tharion the Grim. Looks like Tharion is going to be going down with his 44% physical resistance with the Fang Sword of Tharion. He also does get a nice AP bonus as well, 25%. Oh, Loki is going to struggle. He is going down with Foe Seeker and Dreaded Duelist, so it could be an interesting mixture here. Also, some of the damage might be taken here by the Cold One Knights as well. Dragon Princes are going to be broken, and they have been terrified. Oh, I think they had immune to psychology. It turns out Dragon Princes don't have immune to psychology. But in the mixture here, we do have some Spearmen that will be getting broken due to Terror. But Loki Farheart really struggling here. Balance of power pulling highly into the higher favour now. We do have some more Spearmen coming back in. If they're able to wrap round behind, yeah, I think this is a good move here. You need to get Loki Farheart out of this mixture. He is going to be getting shot by the double archers as well. And with that lovely big hitbox, he is going to get hit relatively hard. With also the negative to leadership there as well. He has broken, and that could be really devastational, as I think there's going to be a map-wide break here from the Dark Elves. We do still have the Sorceress of Shadows left. If she can stay online and not get impeded, which I don't think is going to be allowed here for Poison Ducky, they could start to come back here. So, as we can see, we start the 2 units of archers here. They will be shooting into the back side, but it does look like Loki Farheart will be coming back in. If he can find a nice strategy unit over here to engage in melee combat and get some nice healing, could be quite nice for him. He could maybe try and see if he can hop onto these Lyran Reavers, or maybe even hop into the archers themselves. But this pocket has certainly been won by the Spearmen alongside the Dragon Princes and Tharion. Thorin is going to be healing himself with that Knight of Apotheosis, pulling the balance bar even further into his favour. Thorin just needs to go over here and deal with Loki of Felheart. Loki of Felheart is going to be using his Fossick and try and see if he can pop onto the Reavers. Wouldn't mind seeing him here pop onto the Archers though. There we go, so some good work there. He's going to be coming down. He has broke one unit of archers. He should be able to break the second unit by terrifying. Good work there. Keep that in melee there so we can get that nice healing. Plus the 9 melee defense, which is always very handy. And as you can see, the Sorcerer of Shadows is going to come over. Maybe a couple of nice pendulums here. If she has any Winds of Magic left, could be quite nice. Forgot what else she has. Oh, she has Enfeebling Foe as well. Enfeebling Foe here on top of the Tharion could work very nicely, but he is down to 580 HP. He does have some very good leadership. Surprisingly, he's very low there. Dreaded Jewelers is going to go down, which means you're not going to have that for another minute now, but we do have some Bleak Swords coming back into the mixture, and some Cold One Knights. We do need to use the Sorcerer of Shadows. There's very good stuff from Storm, just chasing off these units of archers, but she is going to get surrounded here by some Illyrian Reavers. We do need to ensure that both of these units do go off the edge of the map. It's very important. But over here in the sky, this is what everyone wants to see. We are going to be seeing Loki of Felheart with Deadly Onslaught here, trying to chase up against Tharion the Grim. He will be having that extra charge bonus and the charge here as he is going into combat, so he should be able to nip at the ankles here of Tharion the Grim. Once that Dreaded Duelist has gone, you can probably switch around here and get a nice attack, and you should be pretty good to go. Don't know who wins this in the sky, but a nice breath attack here could do some really good work. Fossick going down, that's going to be it. He's going to be caught here no matter what now. So it looks like he did get hit relatively hard in the back at 598 HP, and he is going to break there, as I assume he lost the Wizard. Very interesting battle here, very interesting battle. The dreaded Eltharion versus Lokia meta. Classic stuff here today. How you doing, Tiago? I agree, Astrodamos. I agree. I agree. They are the best picks here from both rosters. So 2,500 damage value from Tharion the Grim. I really like Tharion the Grim. I know most people don't like him competitively, but I actually think he's really wicked. Like, I really like using him. I enjoyed his quest battles. I enjoy using him on quick battles. He's really good fun. Spearmen didn't do too great in the front line. Like, they got some good damage value, so 380 here, 275 here for 23 kills, 34 kills, 330 damage value here for these Spearmen, 866 damage value, and 930 for the double archers. Archers very good with that nice 180 range as well. Good, lots of ammunition, actually surprisingly good AP. 650 damage value, 450 for the double Illyrian Reavers, 490 and 44. So some of these struggled, some of these did very well. Dragon Princes 787, 141 kills for 1.6k damage value, and 121 kills for 1.6 as well for these Dragon Princes. Really good work there from the Dragon Princes. 1.3 here for the Cold One Dread Knights, 65 kills for 1,300 damage value on these Cold Ones. The Healing Crows of Cain got 51 damage value. That's a bit of a shame. Would have been nice to see those maybe target a little bit more onto the archers. 530 damage value for the Cold One Knights. 107 kills for 1,000 damage value on these Cold One Knights. Very good work there. And the Dark Riders of Shields, 93 damage value and 616. 500 damage value for the Bleak Swords, 375, 500, 360. So the front line performing a lot better here for the Dark Elves with the Bleak Swords. But, 3.5k damage value for Loki of Felheart. Really good stuff. 13,000 damage dealt, and 702 damage dealt for the Sorceress of Shadows. Really well played here to Poison Ducky. He will be going through to the final. See you in the final, bud. So let's get everybody in here now. So if we get a Rubber Ducky of War, please, in here. Where's the big duck himself? Ah, you appear to be offline, sir. Sorry, Poison Ducky, don't take it personally. Just going to be kicking you. And we'll get Ilmatar in here, please, as well, if we can. Get all of you guys in. I'm a sucker for Imrik. Everybody's a sucker for Imrik. Come on. Everybody loves Imrik. Imrik is so cool, man. Imrik is, like, is wicked. Like, you've always got to play a game with him. Dreaded Duelist ability is actually insane, and if you're also considering his 9 melee defense on top of that with regeneration when he's in melee combat, it's actually a really good stats. If he's also on foot, he uses both his blades. He can actually beat, he beats one Lord relatively. He beats, Magnificent. He beats, the Chaos Lord, relatively comfortably, actually. Sigvald the Magnificent, he beats him relatively comfortably. Even though he's got, like, he does some really good work up against, like, Foot Lords. He's actually really good on foot. I don't mind him on his dragon, but I think there are better people on top of their dragon. Alright, so Ilmatar here up against a Rubber Duck of War. So we'll go straight on to Outdoor Outskirts. Poison Ducky with the 2-0 win there. Good stuff for him. And he'll be in the final here up against the winner of this next game. So we're playing on Outdoor Outskirts. Rubber Duck of War to pick and ban first. Bread indeed. Here for all the bread. Taking absolutely no prisoners. Big Quack in the chat. P and B first. He does beat Siggy. He does beat Siggy in hand-to-hand combat on foot. Horse Imrix is so sexy. Oh, so just to let you guys know what's in the interval here, I am going to be doing a new tournament. So there's not going to replace Battlemania. Battlemania will be staying on a Friday. But what I will be doing is we're going to be doing a sub-faction only tournament, which means you cannot bring any. So, for example, you can bring Avalon, but you can't bring High Elves. So you have to bring a sub-faction, and you use that sub-faction for the entirety of the tournament. Which means you don't have to bring a one-stack army. You can change your army throughout and utilize all sorts of different things. But it should hopefully make for quite a nice, different tournament, seeing certain units that you wouldn't normally see, and should be a good, nice, fun tournament. So hopefully some of you guys can get involved with that. Oh, Nagaroth with their Dragon Princes look insane. With that nice black armor, looks incredible. Same with Swordmasters of Hoeth look incredible under Tyrion. No, not Tyrion. Under Teclis's faction. They look really good. Yeah, so if any of you guys want to get involved in the sub-faction tournament, join the Discord. It is in the description. And we'll be getting lots of people going there when we do it on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, just depending. More than likely a Tuesday will be mostly when I do another tournament. We'll get it going every Tuesday there, and we'll maybe try and make Tuesdays a different, like a tournament day, like a special day where we can run like all sorts of different things. And then I might do like a Thursday and a Wednesday as another tournament day where I do like Clan Civil Wars, or we do like Clan v Clan. You know, it might be like us against Son of the Mountains, or it might be us against ODM, or whatever you guys are interested in seeing. But yeah, if you join the Discord and you just comment about what you guys want to see, with some other content you'd like to get involved in, maybe, and maybe some ideas. There's a tournament ideas section on there. You guys can leave all of your ideas. Are there any requirements for these tournaments? No, there are rules for the tournament, but there are no requirements. You can be extremely good. You can be absolutely brand new. That's completely fine. Anybody can play at any time. Swordmasters under Lithanar are the sexiest. I mean, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. I did do the campaign quest battle for Teclis, and they also looked insane there. But if you say so, I'll have to check it out. Oh, nice. Thanks for joining, Davina. Nice to have you on. Yeah, no, I do, actually. For those that don't know me, I've been doing this maybe two and a bit months now. I am pretty new. So if you don't know me, or you have any questions for me, or the channel, or things you'd like to see, or if you'd like to drop any videos on for me to cast some videos for you guys, just join the channel there, and you can see all the great things that are going on. And for all of you guys that are maybe thinking about doing some multiplayer tomorrow, a free open tournament for anybody to play. We will be playing Battlemania Season 2 Week 4 tomorrow. Well, of course, all of you guys can be playing. And over the top 4 weeks there, the most points from the top 8 players will be playing in the Battlemania Invitational next Friday, which will be, I think, so if Monday's the 3rd, it should hopefully be the 8th, I think, Friday. Okie dokie, so let's have a look here. Rubber Duck of War is banning Empire and Skaven, and... Coldbond's telling me to pick Norsca, so we are going to have Lizardmen up against Norsca. Now, obviously, Rubber Duck of War, very well known for picking his lizards. I believe Ilmatar does play Beastmen, but Beastmen's not good here up against lizards. But Norsca, being told by the old ones. I mean, if the cold ones did tell him, he does have to pick them. So Battlemania here is the tournament that I run on my Discord and my channel, which is a multiplayer tournament where you come and the first couple of rounds are best of one knockouts, and you get points the further you go through. Do you play as well or just cast? I do play as well, Kaiser. I do play. But Battlemania, the further you go through the tournament. Hey Flex, how you doing, man? Yeah, Rubber Duck Wars always try hard in. I mean, the sweatiest faction in the game, Lizardmen. It's terrible. It's terrible to see it. But the further you get through in Battlemania, the more points you get. So if you go past the first round, so basically top 64, I believe, is 25 points. If you get through to top 32, you get 50 points. 75 here if you do get top 16, and 100 if you get top 8. 150 if you're top 4. I think second is 200 and first is 250. Then over the 4 weeks, you add all your points up together depending on what positions and how many tournaments you've entered, and that gives you your total score there for the entire 4 weeks. Top 8 players with the most score do go through to the Invitational. What the Invitational is the top 8 players play, and they play for a prize. This week's prize, I will announce it tomorrow, but last one was, so every 4 weeks I give out £50 to the winner. They get a nice 50 quid to go spend on whatever they want. But this week there might be a little bit of a different price. Similar value, but different price nonetheless. Should be fun for everybody to play for. And don't worry, like for example, if you're me, I've got every single faction in the game and I have all of the DLCs, etc. If you don't have all the DLCs, you don't have all the games, that's absolutely fine. Come in, have some fun, play the factions you have got. Join the community. Every single day I'm on with people such as Flex, and we have Big Doyle, we have all the guys in the chat here. Otherwise, I'm on the DBD Clan chat. We're always playing games every day, and we're having fun and learning new things, and having a good time with it all, and just enjoying playing the game and enjoying you guys as the community and really having fun. Like last night we were doing some free-for-alls, which is basically where you get 4 players and they're all playing against each other. Flex was on as well, there was Rubber Duck of War, and I believe, who else was it last night? For a little bit it was, I can't remember now. Robin, of course, yes, it was Robin that was playing last night. Yeah, so Robin, who's new to DVD, he was playing. We basically, all 4 of you pick an army and you all fight each other all together, and whoever gets the most points at the end wins the game. So there we go. But yeah, guys, if you do have any questions, just keep asking. You just ask and ask and ask. It's absolutely no problem with me. You're not going to, it won't annoy me or anything. Just keep asking. But how are we doing, Flex? How are we doing, Tiago, everybody? How's everybody doing today? What sort of matchups are you expecting to see today? What would you like to see? Something I've surprisingly not seen in a while, actually, is I haven't seen Skaven. Skaven, since they got nerfed, really haven't been played too much, which is a little bit surprising, because for me, they're still a very, very strong faction. They're very strong. I don't think there's any Skaven... There's no main Skaven players in DBD as far as I'm aware. I don't know of any mains, but yeah, I still haven't seen them for a while, actually. Yeah, I see there's a few of you have joined. Maybe next Tuesday, I want Count Mirror match. Tiago, this is... You want some zombie on zombie violence, do you? I mean, we can give it to you. I can ask Taki. Alright, ready when you are, champ. Alright. Oh, we have a 1 gold build here. We have a 1 gold build. But yes, for those of you that did miss, because it looks like a few of you are joining in and leaving all at the same time, of course, the sub-faction tournament that I would like to be hosting, maybe I'll be doing it next Tuesday. We could definitely, there's a few guys here that do play Brett for sure. I know that. I know Rubber Duck War plays Brett every now and then. He is mainly a Lizardman and Wood Elf player. He likes his Dowie, or, I think he likes his Dowie because I like my Dowie, but he likes his Dowie for sure. I think we're definitely going to see some Beastmen today. We're definitely going to see some Beastmen, as I believe Ilmatar here is a Beastman main. We actually have 2 Beastman mains here in DBD. The sub-faction tournament will be taking place on Tuesday or Wednesday next week, so I'll be putting that there in the Discord, so make sure you guys are all joined up there. I'll be making a separate one for that. Yeah, I think counts are a very good faction actually. I used to really underrate them when I first started onto the multiplayer. Like I've only been doing multiplayer for what, 2 months now, and I used to really underrate them. But now they're actually a very strong faction. I think the higher you go up, the stronger they are. You know, the more you're able to utilize all of their bonuses, you know, through mobility, etc. If you're able to have good micro, they're actually a really good faction. I can't afford by one. Give me 2 minutes. I think there's going to be a brilliant build coming out of Ilmatar here. But yeah, I like Brett. I really stuck with Brett. I'm not very good with cavalry in general. I am trying to get better. I'm playing them more and more. Beastmen are a really cool faction. They do really struggle with certain things. For this latest DLC, I'm hoping we're going to see some good changes. Can't say anything too much, but I'm hoping we're going to see some good changes. And I hope these changes that are coming are going to be... I'm hoping they're going to do really good stuff for the game. I can lend you 1 gold if that helps. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Alrighty. Perfect. And these boys were getting kicked off. Alright, looks like Immortal is ready. Rubber Duck War is ready. Let's hop into it. In the grand tradition of DLCs, Beastman will be OP after it drops. I mean, I think that's the way most things go, right? You obviously want to make something a little bit stronger, so that when you do obviously play it a bit, it's, you know, a little bit more fun, and then obviously you can level it out for a while. Yeah, I think they've done that for most factions, except the Greenskins. They made them OP and then they kept them OP. Alright, so as we said here before, I really like this map. This is one of my favourite maps here for multiplayer. As you can see, you've got, you know, sort of like good terrain here everywhere that you can utilise here. You know, if you fight up against the Empire, the Dowie, you know, have to be very, very careful with cannons. You have like buildings in the way. You have the nice trees over here on the left. You can also use the idols here with the skulls, and you know, use some really good angles here to flank, be manipulative, and be really smart here in these matchups, and obviously give good fear to the Empire. So we do have some skin wolves, some wind wolves here on either side by the looks. Oh, no, it's not just one unit of wind wolves. Very rare there. So we are going to have the Beast of Tashnar here by the looks. These grey devils here in the front with the bonus first large, anti-large. And they're nice, sort of creamier looking brothers here. And we're going to have three units of Marauder Javelins there. So very good for the bonus first large, anti-large missiles. Oh, we have some more Norscan Ice Wolves in the back. So is that 1 or 2 units? Just that 1 unit of Norscan Ice Wolves. And we do have some Marauders here in the front line, mixing in with the Brutes of the Hound. Okay, I haven't seen these guys in a while. So they have the Berserk mechanic, which is absolutely incredible. They do have Frenzy, and they are unbreakable and cause fear. They have bonus for infantry, anti-infantry, and they're huge damage dealers. They are absolutely incredible with their 50 melee attack. We have Famir Warriors with great weapons. Wow, these guys look... I haven't seen Famir Warriors in a very long time, but they have From the Mist, gives them that plus 22% missile resistance. Bonus for large, anti-large, armor piercing, magic attacks with armor sundering. We do have a Shaman, a Sorcerer of Metal here in the back. It looks like he's going to come with a few spells. So Transmutation of Lead, very expensive, with Plague of Rust and Searing Doom. And we do have a Wolfric, the Wanderer. So big Wolfric here. We'll have Hunters of Champions, Fight or Die, and Seafang. What else have we got over here on the flanks? Doesn't look like too much, but in the front line, do we have any special Marauders here today? It doesn't look like we do. No, that looks to be it. So it's just going to be 5 units normal. I like the armor orders, they're very good. They actually come with perfect vigor. In the sky, we have some Pterodon Runners, 2 units in the sky. Very nice there. And what's this here in the back? We have the Skin Chief on top of a Pterodon. This guy is a pain in the butt to deal with. But in the front, we do have 2 units of Chameleon Skinks. And for the front line, we have some Saurus Warriors with shields, some Temple Guard, and it looks like these Star Chamber Guardians. Robert Duck War here coming with the absolute brilliant pace here. So it also gives Guardian with a plus 15% physical resistance for Nakai the Wanderer. Let's go. Let's bring in big boy bad Nakai. So he will be having the Primal Roar for that melee attack and physical resistance, and Miasma of Despair, giving that negative speed, negative leadership, and negative vigor. You'll also be having Golden Tributes, which gives the perfect vigor in a 30-meter radius, which is kind of a little bit underrated. That's really exceptionally good. Saurus with shields in the front. We do have some Skin Cohort Javelins in the back, and we do have a Beast's Priest. So he'll be coming with Transportation of Kadon, no doubt, yep, and he'll also be having Curse of Anera. Okay, very expensive as well. 2 very expensive spells, with also Flock of Doom and Wild Hearts. There's like 4 units of Javelins in the back. And what's this over here in the Vanguard? This could be very sneaky. Let's get in the back here. So the Beasts of Tashnar in the back, with the sneaky plays. Sneaky plays. That's why I like this map, because you've got the trees here, you get some really sneaky stuff going on. Now, these Javelins are really going to struggle here up against the Pterodons, but the Pterodons do get a bit still. These Marauder Hunter Javelins will absolutely tear through them, that's for sure. And we don't have anything to do with the sky. We do have a Sorcerer, so we do have Searing Doom. Searing Doom could do some very good work here up against the Chameleon Skinks, or even the Storm Chamber Guardians and co. Pelicaras will be very nice here on top of these guys. They surprisingly only have 85 armor. I think it's quite low for quite an elite pull. But of course, they're not really quite halberdier units. They're not slow like that. They actually have a little bit faster animation of attack than normal halberdier units. And they have lots of armor piercing Guardian. And they have expert charge defense. Some interesting stuff. Not too much skirmish cavalry here either from the Norskins. So yeah, it could get interesting. Right, these boys should be ready. I'll be really interested to see how the Brutes of the Hound do. I'm really excited for these guys. I'm really excited. I really want to see what the Familiar Warriors of Great Weapons can do. I think the Familiar Warriors could do some brilliant stuff. Nakai will have to run for the hills if they do get anywhere near close here. They do have 95 weapon strength. Lots of armor piercing as well. Wolfred the Wanderer as well will actually slap Nakai a new one as well. That Skink Chief is going to be a pain. He is going to be shooting up against that caster all days of the week. Speaking of that, I'm actually not sure what happened to the caster. With the front line though, we are going to have some shots here coming from the Skink Chiefs and the Pterodon Riders. Where is that caster? Oh, the caster's there. The caster's have to stay right. Is he on foot? I didn't see. He is on foot. Okay, that's probably a little bit better because on top of his horse he has a massive hitbox. Javelins will be coming through, and some are going to connect. Some are going to connect, doing some good damage. Skink Chief, absolutely naked here, will cost 350. I don't know how much he costs on top of a Pterodon, but he is naked and on top of a Pterodon, so probably something like 600. So not too expensive considering you have a truckload of ammunition, 76 ammunition. I think he starts with 82, so you're going to get lots of value from him here today. The other good advantage here of bringing your opponent forward is you will of course be exhausting your enemy before they hit the front line. Maybe not enough that they drop down a level, but still fresh and eager in the front line here. But they're going to be very fresh when the dinos hit the front line. So we are going to be having some more Berserkers here fighting up against the Saurus Warriors, and of course with the Berserk and Rage mechanics, we're also going to get those bonuses there the longer they are in melee combat. In the back, though, a very weak unit of Pterodon Riders. These guys are really going to be struggling here. A little bit of lag here, guys. I'm very sorry about that. Of course, Rubber Duck and I are going to be fighting for the bandwidth. But Chameleon Skinks will be shooting him. The Brutes of the Hound will have to run away. They don't have any shields and only 15 armor. Going to make them very susceptible to good fire here from the Chameleon Skinks. Oh, I do hear... Oh, here we go. Going up in the backside up against the Saurus Warriors shield. Doing some very good damage up against this good mid-tier unit. And as we see, we do have the Temple Guard just pushing back and forward here, just trying to see who's what and what's going on where. Oh, you're going to see some Javelins in the back. A lack of micro here coming from Ducky, unfortunately. You're going to be seeing some Pterodon Riders going down, and a bit of a shame there. Big Mikai here, just squaring up, facing the wrong way, but that doesn't matter, he doesn't care. So it's like they're just going to be trying to work each other out, and as you can see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this terrain here. This terrain here, it doesn't look like it does much, but as you can see, it's just going to allow these skinkies to have a bit of a trouble shooting over the top here. But you see, once they're on top of the ridge, though, those skinks are going to go full there with their javelins, and so these shields are going to come up for the nice bronze shields there for the Marauders, and a nice charge here coming in from the Northern Warhammers. We are going to get the brutes in. The brutes are going to come through and absolutely carve through here, up against the Saurus warriors and up against the skink cohorts. Plague of Rust and an air of effect going down. Oh, transmutation of lead going down, sorry. Transmutation of lead going down. Fantastic there. So negative 30% base weapon damage, negative 24 melee attack. Going to really help them chew through here up against the Star Chamber Guardians. Plague of Rust down on the Star Chambers could be quite nice as well. That plus 15% there from Nikai. Nikai has absolutely yeeted through the front line there. No damage given. But in the sky here, we are going to have a fair manticore summon. Push that 100% there onto the Mortar Hunter Javelins, or maybe even onto Wolfric. You see, Pterodon Riders are going to be going straight in up against the Mortar Hunter Javelins, shutting those guys down quite effectively. And in the back here, we are going to use the Pterodon Riders just to block out here against the Norscan Ice Wolves, as they are taking down some Skink Javelins. We are going to see a very nice Searing Doom here, going on top of 2 units of stacked Chameleon Skinks and a unit of Skink Cohorts with Javelins, as they were pinned in using the Beasts of Tashnar. Getting those 3 units broken is absolutely exceptional value. In the back here, we are going to see, yes, very good work here. This is what I really like from Lord After War. Very good stuff getting the Ferromanticore here onto the Foot Sorcerer of Metal. He'll go down relatively quickly. He will be broken here and maybe terrified. Oh, has he been shattered? He has been shattered. Fantastic work. That is the Winds of Magic now gone for the Norscans. Very good work there. We dread the Beast of Tashnar, though. They will be pushing off. Oh, bit of a poor choice. I want to see them pushing off the Chameleon Skinks. Don't really care here about the Skink Cohort Javelins. They have been rampaged here with the Brutes of the Hound. They are unbreakable, so they will be going down to the last model. 5 models left here in the mixture. As we can see, where is the big bad boy? We do have Nikai in the middle, absolutely swinging that mace around like nobody cares. Where is Wolfric the Wanderer? I haven't seen... Oh, Wolfric the Wanderer must have got smashed apart. I did not see what happened to Wolfric the Wanderer there. Wolfric the Wanderer is down to 1,100 HP, and Balance Power is pulling in the Dino favour. In the sky, though, are going to be kited here. The Skink Chief is going to be struggling up against the Javelins. But in this mixture, look at this man, the myth, the legend, Nikai the Wanderer, just smashing apart these Marauder champions.
This was not meant to be!
So up against the elite unit, they do have 80 armor and a nice physical resistance, but they're going to be nothing up against this man. So it looks like he did come back. A nice Seed Fang going across the front up against the Temple Guard, but he has to be careful. Not too much here. We do have the units of Familiar Warriors. The Familiar Warriors are going to be smashing apart the Saurus here. They'll be winning here relatively comfortably, but you want to be seeing these boys here getting into the mixture and destroying up against the Star Chambers, or maybe even more importantly, Nikai the Wanderer. We still have a good force here on the left. We do actually have some Wind Wolves. Get those guys nice and regenerated, and maybe send forward your Marauder Hunters, and just block up for these guys to get that nice regen. They will fire up against Nikai the Wanderer, and they'll do some very good work here. These guys bonus first large, anti-large, with obviously that nice frenzy. That nice miasma there going down, giving the negative to leadership and negative to vigor. Going to be slowing down the Wind Walls. The Wind Walls will get broken, but they will come back thanks to that nice regen and speed. We do have the very nice Pterodon Riders. Did they still have their bombs? I haven't seen them drop any bombs yet. But here we go. Familiar Warriors in the back. These boys are what could win or lose this game right here. If they get onto the right targets and they're able to do a truckload of damage here, but they do come through with the armor sundering, which could be some very good work. This is rampaged all 3 units here in this pocket. Did Familiar Warriors cause that? I don't know if they caused rampage, but all of these are going to be rampaging nonetheless. Oh, maybe his ability. Oh yeah, Primal Roar going off, so that is going to be causing them all to rampage. Gives them all plus 40 melee attack, which is going to absolutely chomp through these Familiar Warriors. Brilliant stuff there, because it also gives them all 22% physical resistance, I think, as well. Fantastic way there in that pocket. Looks like we are actually going to have another summon coming in here. Is that going to be... Oh my god, another Manticore summon. That will push Balance of Power over massively, and it will break the entire force there. Brilliant summon there to finish off the game and just push the Balance of Power. Brilliant stuff. Sorry guys, I didn't see what happened to Wolfric there. Yeah, I didn't see what happened to him. Well, he got smashed. He must have been fighting up into the Temple Guard. Let's have a look. Yeah, Eagle fired up against the Temple Guard. 1.5k damage value here, 114 kills, 1.3 for Ovaducky. Alright, let's hop in. So it looks like 500 damage value for Warfit the Warrior for Ilmatar. 330 damage value for the Shaman Sorcerer Metal. He got sniped out really intelligently here using the Sking Priest of Beasts. Very good work there. Front line did okay, not brilliant. I was 2 units of Marauder Hunters, of Marauder Champions. So 600 and 332. 500 damage value for the Brutes of the Hound. Unfortunately here, very good when you do have some Javelins and Chameleon Skinks. These guys are just naked. There's not a lot you can do, really. Javelins did some good work in the back, so 720, 790, and 930. Very good work there. 151 kills, 717 damage for the Beast of Tashnar, 140 for the Norscan Warhounds, 154 kills, 640 damage value for the Norscan Ice Wolves. Very good stuff from them, 780 from the Skin Wolves. And as you can see, only 413 from the Familiar Warriors with great weapons. That's a shame to see there. It's a real shame to see. But as we want to see, the man, the myth, the legend, 1.4k damage value for Nakai the Wanderer, 143 damage value for the Skink Priest, and 924 here for the Skink Chief. Very good work from him. 790 kills, 938 damage value from both of these for 93 and 75 kills. Double rank as well, so very good work there. Triple rank for 114 kills, 1.3k. 82 kills for 1.5 here on the Star Chamber Guardians. Not so much from the Javelins, about 300 in total. Oh, 500 here, not bad from the Skinks. 228, 184, and 300 and 292 here for the Pterodon Riders. Pterodon Riders were a perfect distraction here for the Marauder Hunter Javelins. GG! So, it looks like we're going to have a Vampire Counts banning Wood Elf and Dark Elves. Interesting stuff. Dark Elves very good up against VC for sure. Wood Elves pretty good as well. There's some good picks here. Ooh, are we going to see Undead versus Undead? Oh, I think I know what Ducky's going to do. Okay, I have a feeling I know what he's going to do. I'll tell you in a minute. Let's catch up here. How are we doing, part map? How are we doing? Right, let's catch up with you guys. Okay. GS broken, Wood Elves, and Brett strong. Wood Elves got a big nerf to them, to be fair. They still got a big nerf, they were very strong, but now they've got a big nerf to them. I'd say they're mid-high tier, for sure. Mid-high. They're not the highest tier, that's for sure. They're not the highest tier. Greenskins are certainly broken. Brett are very strong. Brett are high tier, for sure. In the hands of a very good player, Brett are high tier. I think you also have to be careful about what sort of level you're talking about when it comes down to these plays. Are you talking about a low brand new level? Are you talking about a mid level? Or are you talking about a high level? If you're talking about a high level, you know, for example, if you take, I don't know if you guys have seen any of the stats from the WWC, but if you look at the stats in the early game, Dwarfs are very powerful. They have a very high percentage. I think they're in the top 3% of wins. They win nearly 55% of their games, if not more than that, actually. I think it might be 55.7%, I think it was. But it's because most people don't know how to deal with Dwarfs. But if you go up from round 3 and above, what you'll actually see is they drop down to 33%, so they lose 22% of their win rate. Dwarfs can look really powerful if you're a new player, for sure. Probably the 3 factions. I think Lizardmen are second. I think Lizardmen are extremely strong. I think Rubber Duck of War gives him... Because if you main anything, you'll know all of its weaknesses, so you'll actually think it's a little bit worse than it is. But Lizardmen are very strong. Lizardmen are very strong. I think they're a high-tier faction. What else? Just kite? They don't just kite. They do have some other plays as well, but majority-wise, yes. Majority-wise, yes. But they have cool things. They have dragons. They have all sorts of cool stag knights and ethereal stag knights. They have some really cool stuff that they can do, for sure. You can see a full rush build. 100%, you can see a full rush build. They don't blob too badly, to be fair. I wouldn't say they're the best blob faction. Sorry, tight neck there. They're not the best blob faction, but yeah, they're still pretty good. What else are very versatile now? Yeah, they're a lot more versatile than they used to be. Like Dwarfs against Wood Elves was a very tough matchup for the Wood Elves. I'd say now it's a lot more even, for sure. Especially with some of just some of the rejigs of some of the units. For example, if you talk about so if we take Starfire Shafts into account, Starfire Shafts used to do magic damage. They now don't do magic damage anymore. They're just AP and fire damage. That is the coolest spell I've ever seen. I was at the Transportation Lead, because that's a pretty cool spell. Sorry, I missed the spell. Oh, the one with the ship. Oh, the one with the ship was Sea Fang. It's really cool. There's a really cool one as well if you're using. Maybe you can help me with this flex. There's a vampire pirate one that brings up an ethereal ship that does lots of magic damage. Who has that spell? I can't remember. Solostra has that spell, but I can't remember what the spell's called. That's a really cool spell. Yeah, it's called Sea Fang. Yeah, it's called Sea Fang. It's a good spell. It's a good spell. It's free, so it's pretty good. Is it free? I don't think it's actually free, but it's worth taking. VC should have this. Yeah, I would think so. I think VC is probably one of the better undead factions of the three at the moment. Oh, Troll Country, yes. Sorry, boys and girls, talking too much. I can pick 2 Krells, right? I really don't know. I am not a VC player. I think not. I think not. I mean, I might just let him. Do you know what I mean? It's Ilmatar, why not? Where's vampire counts? There we go. I didn't even mention him, to be fair. Van Hell's Revenge, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. It brings up a big ethereal ship that just comes out of the floor and does lots of damage. The Lampreys Revenge are cool. The Lampreys Revenge are really cool with their regeneration. Yeah, I know, but this is a bit of a fun. Like, if Ducky says yes for Krell, then I'll let it go. But normally I wouldn't, no. Alright, we've dealt on that. We've dealt on that. It's 5 Krells or none. That's the agreement. That's the agreement. You can use a Krell summon, that's correct, Davina. You can use a Krell summon, but you can't just pick Krell. You can't just pick him as the campaign exclusive. Evening, Krell, Metal, how you doing, man? Hope you're having a good evening. All the good luck, have fun coming in today. Very good sportsmanship here from all the ducks. Now, I have a feeling, and I can reveal this now, that I think we're going to see a triple chariot play. I think we're going to see Cetra the Imperishable. We're going to see a Tomb Prince on a chariot with Guardian. And we'll also be seeing a Necrotect on top of a chariot, also with that nice regeneration. We'll see some sneaky snakes. We'll see some frontline of... you can see 5 units of skeleton swordsmen. Well, they're not swordsmen, but you know what I mean. Skeleton warriors. Looks like he's ready. I'm ready. Ilmatar. Ilmatar's ready. Let's get it. And then you'll be seeing... Oh, I don't know what else we'll see. Probably. Maybe like 2 bone giants or something. Gorst, 5 Krells, and staunch line of Sylvanian handgunners. That would be an incredible build. That would be an incredible build. If you want to make that build and you want to send that in and show me how it goes, I would be very interested to see. And if it's a brilliant game, I might even cast it, because that sounds cool. Every time I have to come to this point here, it just gives me PTSD for the Dowie. Those poor bearded men. This thing, it was just yeah, it's disgusting. Grombrindle would not have been an unhappy man. Ooh, interesting VC build. Okie dokie. So, We have some Blood Knights here. Let me pull this around a little bit. So we have some Blood Knights. We have some Graveguard in here as well. So we have the Sternsman Graveguard as well. So these guys are really cool units. I really like the Sternsman. They come in with regen. They also have that nice fear. Bonus as large bonus as infantry, anti-infantry, and charge defense against all. We have the double White King here, both coming with the AP, I think. Yeah, so Scabscraith, both coming through with Scabscraith. Very cool. Yeah, like that for the tear-shaped breath attack. And we have the Nehek Vampire Lord here on a horse. So he'll be having Dark Protection, Arcane Conduit, Scroll of Leeching, Raise the Dead, Invocation of Nehek, Spirit Leech, and Wild Heart with Leech Lifing and Curse of the Undeath. We have these terrifying Vargeists here in the sky with a nice fear, 100 armor piercing weapon strength and 92 speed. These guys will be exceptional at shutting down all things backline. Dire Wolves here in the pocket. And so we have 2 units of Vargeists and 2 units of Blood Knights. So very expensive here on some of the backline monsters. Chief front lines of zombies, of course. A couple of units of Skeleton Warriors here, there, and everywhere. Some Sternsmen and some Graveguard there for a little bit more elite front line. But not as wide as you normally see. So some Blood Knights on the flank over there as well. So 2 units of Blood Knights. Alright, let's go. Oh, did I call it? Or did I call it? So Setra the Imperishable here on his flame-causing chariot. It's actually his most expensive. Kitty Cat is a bit cheaper than the chariot. So the Blessed Blade of Petra here for the negative 30 accuracy, melee defense, and melee attack. Wrath of Petra as well for the nice explosion. Incantation of Dislocation, as well as Incantation of Protection. Incantation of the Cursed Blades. Crown of Nehekara, as well as Unyielding Will. We'll also be having the Restless Dead and the Curse. So we do have a Necrotech here. He's moving around his forces. So we do have a Necrotech, which will have the Elixir of Might, which is an extremely good one-use ability for the plus 60% of base weapon damage, 24 melee attack, and Vambraces of the Sun, which is very good in 40 meter radius, negative 9 melee attack, and a weakness to fire. Meaning you do have that nice fire damage here on top of Setra the Imperishable, going to make him punch just that much harder. We'll also be having the Blade of the Setep, as well as Tomb Strike to cause that terror, Curse of Jaff, which gives the negative 24 melee attack and causes everything to rampage in a 40 meter radius, but you must be below 50% health, and you also have Guardian. So these 3 together are going to be an absolute doom stack. We have Skeleton Spearman here. We also have the King Scorpion Legion for the nice 45 armor, silver shield, and poison melee attacks, bonus as large, anti-large, and the Kepra Guard. Kepra Guard, really cool unit here for the regeneration, bonus as infantry, anti-infantry magic attacks, very good damage dealers here in the front line. We do have a Casket of Souls sat on top of some 2 guarded with halberds, another unit of 2 halberds on the left, and some Skeleton Warriors dotted around the flanks. Really cool army here from both sides. Should be very interested to see how the monsters can get involved. I can see that lovely splash damage here going to be coming on the Sternsman Graveguard. They really need to shut down this Casket of Souls. That is a must. What is he going to do about the triple chariot? I don't know. I don't know how he's going to shut down the triple chariot, but you cannot be leaving your Vampire Lord this exposed. What's going down here? Spirit Leech is going to go down and he is going to retreat. He does have 66 speed, so he's not quick. We have 84 here for Setra, 74 for the Necrotech, and 74 here for the Tomb Prince. So Setra is going to be a little bit faster, but obviously he is going to be burning wheels here and behind. This Casket of Souls is going to do some damage, if you allow it. This front line needs to come forward, separate here up against the back, although there is some really good backline harass here with the 5 guys. So keeping it close actually might not be a bad idea. Might not be a bad idea. I'll take that back there. Double White King coming with Scabscraith in the middle. Scabscraith is going to be going down here on top of the Kepra Guard. Good choices there, good choices. And as you can see, just going to be going around, just protecting that front line, as we do see some 2 guard halberds coming over to the right-hand side. Just going to be pushing out the Blood Knights, making sure that they know that they're always going to be kept in check, and that they can't just keep flanking around the sides. And so we are going to be using some Skeleton Warriors here in the back, up against the Vargeists. We are about to have the triple threat push over, but it will be pushing back the Vargeists. We don't have regen as far as I'm aware, no regen from them, so no weakness to fire. Ooh, nice attack here in the front up against the Sternsman. Sternsman, of course, can also be brought back here by Invocation of Nehek. We do have another Spirit Leech going down. You've got to be careful with the Spirit Leeches on Setra the Imperishable. So they're going to charge straight for the front line, and big hits here going up against the Vampire Lord. Big explosion going down, giving that imbued fire attack here across the board. and actually weakening all the foes. So Blade of Setep going down for the negative armor and negative physical resistance here on top of the Vampire Lord. As you can see, we do have the White King coming in. The White King will be a bonus first infantry, so we'll be struggling here against the bonus first large chariots. Not so many bonuses there, but we will see the Kepler Guard fighting up against the Grave Guard. Grave Guard do have some nice bonus first infantry, anti-infantry, but these are the AP versions, so 50 armor here from the Kepler can hold up just nicely here. But 90 armor coming in for the Grave Guard. So the Grave Guard should win this relatively comfortably, but so they should. They're a far much more expensive unit. We do have some Varguys here just chilling in the back. Wouldn't mind seeing those guys get a little bit more involved and help down with this pocket. But looks like we are going to be losing some dire pack walls with the bonus size anti-lies here in the back. They'll be very good at dealing with Session Imperishable and co. As you see, Spirit in the front fighting up against some zombies. We do have the zombie front line here, so it's just some chaff on chaff violence. We only see some zombies scraping up and down up against these bony boys. Nice explosions here in the front, up against the Blood Knights, getting some very good damage value here. Let's have a look. So 175 kills already for the casket. Very good work there. So there's the zombies in the front. Invocation of the Heck going down. Just get that nice healing here for these zombies and their brethren. Sternsman Graveguard are really struggling here at the moment. 900 HP. They are going to be withering here in the front line. As you can see, a little bit segregated here, the three, but they are going to be staying together. This is a very tricky thing to do as well. Keep these two together as long as possible. Oh, this is going to be a rear charge here up against the Varguys. Get in there up against the Varguys, do some very good damage value up against them. They're down to 11 model out of 12. Over here in the back, we are going to see the Varguys shutting down against the Casket of Souls. And so the Tomb Guard haven't been made aware yet. No, these Tomb Guard do need to get involved. He looks like he was pulled back and the Tomb Guard weren't pulled forward, but it looks like we have the triple chariot here coming through to try and take them out. So unit of zombies in the back here, we do have a elite unit of halberds. These guys need to get forward and get involved for sure. As you can see here, on his own, we are going to see the White King just standing around not doing too much. It's probably a good target here for the triple here to maybe have a little snipe. We also have the Nehekar Vampire Lord in the back, and the summon, very good summon there of Ushopti, pin in here up against the Blood Knights, and very good AP from the Ushopti, so it should be good at dealing with all the infantry here. Balance of power very even here, as we can see 560 left for the VC and 400 left here from the Tomb Kings. The Kepler Guard are going to be wavering slightly, but they still will be regenerating whilst in combat, but they are going to be getting smashed apart here by the Varguys. Varguys do have 105 armor piercing, weapon strength, going to be very good at dealing with this armored infantry front line. We really need to start seeing these units of Tomb Guard halberds coming through to the front and dealing with the Varguys. Just screening out against the Blood Knights as well, very good stuff with the triple threat. Over here, where are the Blood Knights? The Blood Knights are still going to be up. They are going to be withering here. They are debilitating. So they will be down to 750 HP, down to 10 models. But as you can see, this summon of Ushopti will be going relatively quickly, as we do also have the poison from the Scorpion Legion coming through. That poison is going to be very good. We want to see that poison come into this pocket as quickly as possible. Very good damage here up against the Blood Knights. Balance of power really pulling away. Actually, there are 3 healthy units here in the middle. As you can see, the Blood Knights and the Varguys here are going to be struggling so hard. And unfortunately going to be losing a very good unit of Blood Knights here on the flank, down to 1 model now, 18 HP. He will be going. When they two come over here with this poison, ooh, very good Scout Scrape here though, coming from the White King. But you do need to get this poison. Once this poison gets involved and starts taking down and removing and reducing all those abilities, it's going to be very good stuff. Nice explosion here could be very good if you do have the Blade of Petra. But coming in as well for the assistance with the Wizard. He does have dark protection and resistance for the plus 24 minute defense, 22% damage resistance, but that's going to be nothing here. So that explosion is going to go down, give all those negative stats, and look, this is where the pile is going to go. We do have Varguys coming in from the back, and this is where it's going to be won or lost. But here, I don't think there's enough to snipe out any one of these 3, but if you can take out any one of the 3, you do need to maybe go after the Necrotech. I think he's the key one first, or if you can, maybe take out the Tomb Prince, as he does have Guardian. But Necrotech does come in with some nice abilities. You do need to get rid of that Vambrace, given that negative to fire damage just makes Citra so powerful. As you can see, that poison is going to come through. That poison does come through, just really removing all the stats here from the Vampire Lord. It's like Curse of Jahaf going down as well, which should rampage. He hasn't rampaged the Vampire Lord. Maybe he has to be below a certain percentage of health, but it's a negative 24 melee attack and all the good stuff in there for him. We do have the double White King in the back though, which one is going to be going after the Casket of Souls. Very good work there, but the other one will be fighting here against the bonus large anti-large armor piercing Tomb Guard. Also going to be fighting up against just a normal unit of skeletons. He will do some good work here, but he will get hit relatively hard with the Tomb Guard. As you can see, just going to be chasing up against the Vampire Lord. These guys are just going to come in and take out the White King. It doesn't really matter for them. They have the mobility and they have all of the power left. Balance of power is so close. Scab's Grace will be going down across here up against all of these units. Very good work. Would have been nice to see them go up here, up in this direction, up against the double units here of Tomb Guard. Both are going to be chasing up here in the backside of the Casket of Souls, but I don't think Ducky minds removing this. This can go. It's absolutely fine. The triple threat coming in the back, though, once they do kill that, there's nowhere for them to go. And as you can see, army losses will be coming through with a big win for Ducky. And you can see this triple threat coming through, very powerful. Fan bracers on top of Setcher with all of his stuff, incantation of protection going on as well. Very good work there. Looks like the Vampire Lord is going to be coming back to the mixture. Yeah, immediately broke Shattered, done. So GG's, well played to Ilmatar. Very nice to see him here on stream today. Hey man, how you doing, Andy? On my lunch break, perfect timing to watch the stream. Brilliant, man. Glad it was on your lunch break, man. I'm really happy about that. GG's indeed. GG's, good game, good game. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. Really like that triple. What do you guys think about that triple chariot threat? This thing is disgusting. Disgusting stuff. Alright, 2,100 damage value for the Vampire Lord. Very good work there. 1.4 and 955 for the White Kings. White Kings with those scab scrapes. Incredibly good stuff. Vampire front line here. The zombies would have done nothing. Skeletons did nothing. 560 damage value for the Graveguard. 197 for the Sternsman. These guys were really shot apart here. I'm going to hold off, but that Casket of Souls definitely got some damage value. 67 kills for 312 and 965 for the other unit of Blood Knights. These guys just got separated, segregated, and slowly picked apart. But you can see 26 kills, 114 for the Direwolves, 123 here for the Dire Pack, and 347 for the Vargeist, and 570. All of these big entities that he brought in, really good and smart play, and I really like some of the cool things he tried to bring in. I saw what he tried to do. He really tried to whip around the flanks, get it all shut down, and get some nice good armor piercing value up against the Tomb Kings. Well played to Ilmatar, and thank you very much for playing today, bro. It's really cool to see you, but soon we will be having a Rubber Ducky War here going up in the final, so stay tuned for that. 2,600 damage value for Sexually Imperishable. Brilliant stuff there. 1,500 for the Necrotech and 1.1 here for the Tomb Prince. Brilliant stuff there. So pretty much, let's have a little calculation here. So that's 4,000, that's 5,100, 5,200 damage value here for just these three entities. Brilliant work. 330, 177. 93 kills here for the Skeleton Spearman. Very good stuff. And 300 damage value for the Scorpion Legion. For those who don't know about the Scorpion Legion, excellent unit here. Definitely should utilise this unit as much as you can. It's very good. 78 kills, 200 damage value, and 19 kills for 250. 1.1k as well from the Kefra Guard. Also an awesome unit. Do use them. They're really fun, really cool units. And yeah, that's what I expected. It's what I expected. I don't know why I expected anything else. 271 kills, 26,400 damage value, 2.7k damage dealt for the Casket of Souls. An incredibly good artillery piece. One of the best in the game, in my opinion. So good here and very well utilised by a Rubber Ducky War. Yeah, I called that triple threat. Right, so in the final here, do we have Poison Ducky? I don't know if Big Duck Duck is around. But guys, what do you think about that game? Alright, so just to catch you up, Krell, so this here is anybody in the DBD clan here for Total War Warhammer 2, so that'll be myself and Rubber Duck and War and all the cool guys you've seen here so far. So we've got 8 guys together here, we just played a nice little tournament today. I host these every now and then, so these guys can play up against each other and do so on live stream. And today what we had so far, we'll go through the entire challenge for you guys here today. So what we had is we had Cactillus up against Poison Ducky. Poison Ducky won there to go through to the semi-finals. Stormrunner went up against Robin, and Robin lost there 2-0 up against Stormrunner. So Poison Ducky went up against Stormrunner for Poison Ducky to win and for him to go to the final. And as we can see here, we'll go down into the bottom bracket where we have Park Map going up against a Rubber Duck of War, where Rubber Duck of War won 2-1 in some really close games up against Park Map to go through to the semis. And Ilmatar went here up against Geese Howard, winning 2-0 against Geese to go up against now, as you've just seen, a Rubber Duck of War in these semi-finals. So in the final now, we will be having Poison Ducky going up against a Rubber Duck of War. And whoever wins here will be the best duck in DBD. Will be some very interesting stuff. Stormrunner will play instead of Poison Ducky. Yeah, no problem. Poison Ducky did say he wouldn't be able to make the final. Unfortunately, he has work. So Stormrunner will be coming through. Good stuff. So I think that caught you up, Krill. Oh, because of guild vibes, does it? Oh, okay. But yeah, what did you guys think about that triple play? What an incredible 3 units there coming together with the triple chariots. I've not seen anybody utilise it apart from Ducky, actually. Alright. Well, let's have a look. So it will be Storm to ban and pick first. Yeah, that was some awesome rundown. Thanks, man. Yeah, no worries, man. No worries at all. So in the final here today, guys, we will be playing on MP Blue Reach River and MP Our Palm Ridge as the second one and Pillar of Bone for the final map. So it will be initially a best of 3. Unfortunately, I would have liked to make it a best of 5, but I do have to shoot off this evening as I do have some other things to attend to. Yeah, Stormrunner is a very good player. Very good Dark Elf player as well. He's very good for sure. So, see what these boys are going to pick. Obviously, Stormrunner here being a Dark Elf main, and Rubber Duck of War being a Lizard Man main. So, Dwarves, Ban, Skaven, and Greenskins. That's interesting stuff. So, a quick counterpick here would be High Elves. Quick counterpick. Interesting stuff. So High Elves is the obvious pick here. High Elves have all sorts of chariots to deal with. Oh, the map is what did I say? MP Blue Ridge River. My bad. I've been talking too much. Skaven is obviously the optimal ban for Dowie. Skaven is probably their worst matchup by far. Closely followed by High Elves. Some other ones include Greenskins. I don't mind the Greenskin matchup. I think I'm a little bit different than the rest of the community. I don't mind fighting Greenskins. I think it's one of the better games you have for Dowie. There are some harder ones. I think Norska's pretty hard. You can definitely win as Dowie up against Norska. But... how you doing, Blackthorn? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well, bro. Yeah, honestly, if you come with the right meta build as the High Elves, Dwarfs, it's just painful. It's just painful. Oh, looks like the Von Carstens are ready for a mirror match if he did go VC. You could have had that VC mirror match you wanted to see. I think it was Tiago wanted to see a VC mirror match, I think it was. Yeah, this map is going to be rough. If Storm wants to change, he'd be welcome to change. Oh, look at that pick. Look at that pick. Oh, so for all of you guys here that may not have heard before, going forward next week, I will be doing a sub-faction tournament. So obviously the sub-faction tournament means you can only bring sub-factions. Now there's only one exception to that, which will be Chaos, which is where you come through with Chaos and you pick one legendary lord. So you can use that one legendary lord, and then the rest you can use as just base normal units. So for example, if you come in with the Dowie and you bring Clan Ungrund, you can of course bring Belagar, but you can also bring a Rune Lord. So it gives you a few extra units there. You can also use a normal lord as well. So it just gives you a little bit to play with, but what it does is it brings in some really cool units like the Ethereal Thanes and maybe some things you wouldn't normally see. Yes, it's the finals already, Blackthorn. It's the finals already. We had 2 2-0s and we're through to the final. So let's say we're going to have Negarith. Davina still is in the chat, I believe. Yes, she is, I think. Duck has got staff. Duck has got superstar. We're about to see some really cool looking high elves. So yeah, for any of you guys that do want to get involved next week, I will be doing the sub-faction tournament. So get all your sub-factions ready. There's some really cool ones out there. And if you do look at some of the sub-factions that you may not do normally, some sub-factions have units that you don't have in other sub-factions. Like, for example, with the Dwarfs in Clan Ungrund, you actually have Ethereal Thanes. You don't have that normally, so you can bring all sorts of cool different things. Or, for example, if you go with Pirates of Sartosa, you could have Sartosa Free Militia. You can also have Sartosa Free Company. So you can bring all sorts of cool builds. We should hopefully see some really cool, interesting things. So I'll be either doing that on Tuesday or Wednesday next week. So just let me know. Yeah, so the one rule with the Chaos one is you pick one legendary lord. So I'll go Chaos and I'll go Kolek. And that's all you can pick is Kolek. Kolek and then the other sub-lords. So that's the one thing I'm going to make as the example. The only issue, so for some sub-factions, so for example, if you want to be Norska, the only one you can't pick Wolfric. So there'll be no Wolfric. You have to pick either Throg or the normal Marauder Chieftain. And you don't often see Throg at all. So it's going to really bring out some lords. Like, you won't be able to see Tyrion, you won't be able to see Malekith, you won't be able to see High King Thorgrim, you won't be able to see all of the normal basic lords. Like, you won't be able to see Card of Franz. You'll be seeing lots of different legendary lords, lots of really cool factions. Like Avalon's really cool. Comes with Dryads as well as Treekin, Treeman, builds, some really, really cool stuff. So hopefully we'll make for a really interesting competition. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. I'll be doing that next week during the midweek. And, oh, what's up, Talcor? How you doing? Big man himself. I think Talcor might be on for going through to the final Battlemania. So Battlemania tomorrow as well. Do check that out. Marauder Chieftain does actually have 1 or 2 places that is pretty good. He actually does come with a flaming attack. So you can put an item on him that does give him fire attacks. Aranessa has some really cool things. Obviously, Aranessa comes with her nets. She comes with a free company militia. Well, actually, bonus versus infantry. Yours, the Sartosa free company also has some very good guns, but obviously they're not undead, so you can't heal them using Invocation of Nehek and all that sort of thing. Is it allowed to swap between lords if they are part of the same faction? So yes, of course. So once you've picked a faction, you don't have to have one army, you just have that one faction. So you can keep mixing around. So if you are, say, Avalon and you fight up against Clan Eshin in the first, you'll build an army to play Clan Eshin. And then let's say you fight in the next one, you go up and you play try and think of another sub-faction. Clan Ungrand. You can then build a different faction from the High Elves, from Avalon, but obviously it has to stay within Avalon. So anything that's in Avalon you can use, as long as it's not campaign exclusives. So there'll also be some things you have to take into account. So, for example, if you are, for example, Middenland, they don't get any of the ROR frontline from the Empire. There are certain factions you'll have to look into and read into and build your armies that way, for sure. Alrighty. Let's hop into this. Ooh, so I'm very excited to see some dwarfs. Storm has made me a very happy man on this Thursday evening. We're going to see 4 units of miners here in the front line. So 2 units of blastings and 2 normals. And so there's like 3 units of blastings there. We are going to have some Iron Drake Torhammer torpedoes. So the double hammer torpedoes coming out, and a unit of Iron Drakes for that nice fire damage and also the -8 burnt. We do have Felix here in the back alongside a Master Engineer, very good at taking out there. He's coming with quite a few abilities, so extra powder in the front there. Prospector's Eyeglass, Basilics there for the calibration for the increased accuracy and reload speed, and entrenchment. So no Ring of Tory. Very interesting work there. Obviously Grombrindle you won't be able to bring in the normal that sub-faction war, as of course he is for the base dwarfs. So over here for Nagaroth with this fantastic black. Let's go over here. We are going to be having the man, the myth, the legend. So Lif and I here coming through. The Moonbow for that nice 300 range. Misled. Stone of Midnight, as well as Darken the Skies, and obviously Martial Prowess. We are going to have this fantastic black and white here coming through with the white lines of chase. Look at this, just brilliant stuff. We do, oh, look at this purple, that's fantastic. One of the things I really like about House is the design here of their casters. Each caster has its own colour design, and they all look incredible. So, of course, we have Death here with the Starwood Staff, Book of Oeth, as well as the Purple Son of Zexorus, Soul Blight, Spirit Leech, and Leech Lifing. We do have the Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers here in the back. 3 units of those. The double Sword Masters in the front, alongside some white lines of chase. Let's get on these bad boys. These look exceptional here with the black. Look at them. They're incredible here. We also have some Rangers here in the back for the bonus infantry, anti-infantry. These guys with their double blades. Absolutely fantastic work coming from them. We do have some archers in the back line with the double Rangers protecting, and 2 units. Is that 2 units or 3 units? 3 units of archers there. So like no cavalry, but a wide armor-piercing front line for sure. Very wide. This is going to be really difficult here for the Dowie to deal with. They do have the double cannon for the 440 range, but obviously the cannons need to shoot here up against the Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers. But if they're shooting up against the Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, they're going to struggle against that front line, and that front line is AP Central. You do have AP here coming in for the Dwarf Warriors, of course, I think. Yeah, so AP coming with the blasting charges. So yeah, so weapon strength there for the AP, but no, is it AP for the normal miners? Yeah, AP for the normal miners as well, so that's pretty good stuff. Dwarf Warriors in the front line. Dwarf Warriors will lose pretty handily, unfortunately. But we do have some Vanguard of miners here on the side that hopefully will, well, they're probably going to be their demise here up against the white lines here on the right. So I really like this map, but nice and wide, good little, I think it's a really good looking map. Fortunately, I had a few rule breaks here, there's a few abuse of the trees, but when it comes over here, it just looks fantastic. I think it's a fantastic map. Alright. So who's your money on, guys? What's your money on today? Yeah, those Nagaroth colours are damn good. We'll get some more, let's get some more zoom in here before we start. As we can see, look at these guys, look absolutely exceptional here. The red, black and white. It's not often, and this is why I want to do the sub-faction war as well. So with the sub-faction war, you'll be seeing all of these cool colours. Look at these great axes right here. Incredible stuff.
It is time.
Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers, though, they do have a 380 range, and they have the bonus infantry and bonus first large shots as well. But those cannons are going to start ripping apart here if you're not careful. Those cannons do need to move forward nice and quickly. Can the double cannon outtrade the double Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower? In theory, yes, relatively comfortably. But the thing is how much damage are they going to take in the process? Obviously, cannon's going to be firing straight down the line here. There we go. So we have some cannons firing in. Where's the intended target? already smashing apart an Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. So good stuff there, down to 2 now already. That's what makes these cannons so good. Also, ballistics calibration here coming in from the Master Engineer. As you can see, as he shot, he is going to be backing off using there. So as he does shoot in on the cannons, he will back off and then come back. Oh, Moonbow just nearly missing there. It does get some explosive damage. Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower. It has actually broken a cannon already. Oh my god, has it broken a second cannon? No, it didn't break a second cannon. Not too sure what's going on with Storm here. Storm does need to start shooting. If he shoots for the entirety of that time, you can comfortably trade here against 3 units. So just put 2 cannons on 2 and then focus the last 2 on the last 2. You will trade relatively comfortably. Yeah, over on side though, we only see some Dwarf Warriors running away against the White Lions of Chase. These guys have 33 speed up against the 28 of the Miners. In the background though, we are going to see vanguarded units of... Is this Miners? Yeah, we have vanguarded unit of Miners over here. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to do it. And they're going to do it well. We have... Is that 1 Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower left there? I can't see how many are left online. No, it looks like they're all entirely done. Okay, so just... They're done. 2 left here and 3 left. So you can trade relatively comfortably. You just really don't want to be stopped. You don't want to stop firing. You need to continue firing with the Dwarfs. And then once they do trade effectively, you just got to move forward and then start shooting on their backline range. So there is going to be no slayers here, but also one thing I really rate about this build is there's going to be no chariots. Chariots are just the bane of the Dowie here. All 3 cannons down, very good stuff. Looks like all 3 cannons are online here for the Dwarfs. Dwarfs are going to be firing. Look at that fire they're coming in. Hitting up against 1, so the Hell's still going to hold for that cannon, nearly missing on the second one, so it is going to be hitting the artillery units instead. 2 left there, and it looks like we lost that Eagle Claw Bolt Thrower as well. So look at these Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers down here. 2 cannons will roughly trade against pretty much any other artillery piece. You can bring 4 of whatever you like, bolt throwers, whatever you like. These 2 will trade very effectively, especially when you have a Master Engineer nice and close. So 1 did go down, so we still have 2 cannons inbound, and we are going to see these shots here from the Master Engineer just popping straight. Oh, cannon crew on cannon crew. Let's go. In the front line, as we can see here, coming in with their swords. So let's see the stats. So 16 on 24 here up against the cannon crew here of 17 playing 21. They have 40 armor. These dwarfs aren't true dwarfs. They don't have any armors. Coming through with their hammers here. Look at that. Oh, they have axes actually. They do have axes. Unfortunately here, I think the crew here of the Dowie might lose. But still doing some good stuff. Doing some good stuff. Like this cannon crew, looks like all the cannons have been shut down. We do actually have 2 Eagle Claw Bolt Throwers left online. If he engaged the entire of that time, I think he could have finished them all off. I think he could have. I think he could have done it. But we are going to have Elifnar, which is pretty much a 4th artillery piece, to be honest. Because that's pretty much what he does. He is pretty much an artillery piece. As you can see, we only see Spirit Lich going down from Felix. That's a very good target. If you can target anybody, you always target Felix. Felix is very human. He only has 70 army. Take him down. You also take that regeneration there for Grendel. You can see the Runesmith coming forward. He doesn't have his Fiery Ring of Tori though. Fiery Ring of Tori is exceptionally good at clearing out chaff. Will be very good at dealing with the archers. Can also be very good at just getting rid of things like bolt thrower crews. There's like a fake Elifnar here going to the front. He won't do any damage, and I think here if you are Storm, you just ignore him. But it's quite cool to see a double Elifnar. Roborucker War always coming in with the memes. I like it. Where are these miners? These miners have been chilling for quite some time. I think they've been forgotten about. Sad Dowie noises. But over here we do have some rangers in the trees. These rangers could do some good stuff. But the fire coming through here up against the Dwarf Warriors could be quite painful. Shields nice and high. These boys are going to be getting shot in the front line as they do push onto the White Lions of Chase. Unfortunately, White Lions are going to comfortably kill the Dwarf Warriors. I just don't think you have enough here. Blasting charges will be going down the front line. Absolutely wrecking up against the White Lions of Chase. Not doing too much damage, but just throwing these guys all over the place. 90 armor for the White Lions, and big shot there coming out of Elifnar straight into the front line of the Miners. Blasting charges absolutely everywhere, breaking ranks of all of these White Lions. They will be fighting here up against the Miners blasting charges with their big pickaxes. They do have some very good AP. They actually think they have 17 AP per model, so they do have some good AP here up against the armoured High Elves. As you can see, Sword Masters coming through into the pocket. Look at those flames coming through there. fantastic amount of damage here up against... I'm not enjoying this at all, don't worry. I'm not enjoying all these high elves dying in this pack here up against the more... up against the big bearded foes. Not enjoying it at all. And as you can see, just going into the front line here. Rangers fighting up against Dwarf Warriors, getting some good damage value here in the front line. Doing some very good work with these flamey boys coming in the back as well. But they're going to be getting shot here up against the Rangers. And as we can see, both of the Miners as well as the Dwarf Warriors are going to be losing flame absolutely everywhere. Decimating Sword Masters left, right and centre. As you see, the double archers will be firing into the back line on the Iron Drakes. 125 armor for these bad boys though. But as you can see, Felix will be going down, and that will be the loss for the dwarfs. Unfortunately here, he will be conceding. There really wasn't much left to do. This was a very good build for Rubber Ducker War. He did actually mention this earlier, but I think his one earlier mentioned 3 units of Sword Masters of Hoeth, not 4 units of White Lines of Chase. But still, very good build nonetheless. So we'll rock over it here. As you can see, the 75, 130 and 340, 442 and 1000 damage value for the cannon. 609 damage value for the Trollhammers. For the Iron Drakes, and the Trollhammers coming with 370 and 122. Dwarf Warriors, really not too much. They were just always going to be struggling up against this front line. Even Longbeards with great weapons lose to White Lines of Chase. They do very well, but they lose, unfortunately. Hammers do win, but it's not great. It's not great. If you really want to beat the front line of the High Elves, which is very difficult for the Dwarves, you pretty much have to go the ROR. If you want to make it as cheap as possible, 3 units of Hammers and then go the ROR, or maybe 4 units of Hammers and then go the ROR Longbeards. It's a good way of doing it. You only save 100 in that way, but that's a good way of dealing with it. As you can see here, the Miners did okay damage value, but nothing excellent. This unit didn't even get utilised. Felix got destroyed. 350 damage here for the Master Engineer, and yeah, as you can see. 1.4k damage value for Aleph and Nar, 680 for the Major Death with those really nice Spirit Leeches. Front line just absolutely trashed. 1000 damage value, 200, 300, 200, 233 here. I really like the build, and I really like seeing Dowie, but up against High Elves was not the way. I think Poison Ducky pulled out. Yeah, High Elves is always a first ban for me. Right, so the map is going to be MP Palm Ridge. Alright, what did everybody think about that battle? Let's have a look. Let's join in with you guys. Too many ducks indeed. No, I don't think there's too many ducks. It's all about the ducks. Yeah, Poison Ducky did drop from the tournament, and Stormrunner did fill in. The battle of the artillery crew battle. Yeah, the artillery crew was pretty cool, right? But 2 cannons, if they are constantly firing, will outtrade 3 equal claw bolt throwers. I've done it many times. Checkbox for a great game have already been checked. Exactly, Blackthorn. You know exactly what it's about. Always seen the Dowie. How are we doing, Ward? Hope you're doing well. Iron Drakes are pretty hard to shut down. Iron Drakes are really cool. Iron Drakes are really cool. Does White Lion Cloak work against Iron Drakes and Miners? It doesn't... yes. Yes, it does. I think so, because they count as missiles. Yes. GG's indeed. They should have agreed to give the win whatever the artillery crew won. I agree, but unfortunately I didn't think the Dowie were going to win that either. Many short-legged lives could be spared. It's true, it's true. Yeah, I think, Ward, you're correct. He did withdraw kind of early, but there wasn't any way he was going to win, really. So, banning Empire and DE, and going with the Dino Boys. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good bands. Good pick to bands, for sure. DE is very good. I think he's gone DE specifically because... Oh, so it looks like he's gone Wood Elves. So this is a pretty constant matchup. I think it's at the level that these guys are playing at. I'm pretty sure this is a 60-40 favour here to the Dinos. But you could do lots of things. We'll go into that in a moment. At the end of the HE battle, a little old man scours the battlefield for any salvageable HE uniforms and then takes them down to the market and sells them for pure profit. 100%, man. Like, those pompous guys will buy all sorts of things. Alright, so this is going to be a bit of a weird one. So this skirmish battle here is going to be kind of weird, just simply because you got the nice Alpine Ridge in the middle. So these guys are going to try and skirmish against each other, but of course, trying to fire over the top, they're not going to be able to see each other. It's going to be a little bit weird, but I'm expecting the double Bastillodon solar engine here out of Ducky. I'm also expecting a couple of anti-skirmishers here with the javelins. Probably Mazda Mundi with some nets and apotheosis and some good healing. You might even see like the Umbral Tide for that nice fire damage. You might see all kinds of things. You might see all kinds of things. Coming here for Stormrunner, you're definitely going to see quite a lot of units here of poison from the Glade Guard. You'll probably see 8 units of Glade Guard, is the maximum I expect. You'll see 3 units of poison, maybe 5 units of Starfire Shafts. You'll definitely be seeing... You might see the Sisters here. The Sisters on top of the Eagle could be quite nice, for sure. But you're definitely going to be seeing some Pterodons, so you have to be scared of Pterodons. There's lots you can do here. There is lots you can do. And guys, if you haven't already, I don't like doing this, but it is my job. If you are enjoying the content, please leave a big like. I'd appreciate that. It really does help the channel. And if you guys are really enjoying the content you're seeing today, please think about subscribing. Not only does it alert you to all of the videos and content and all sorts of multiplayer things I'm doing, but it will also help raise the channel. So for all those things are very helpful. But at the same time, if you guys don't enjoy the content, then please feel free to leave a thumbs down as well. But yeah, there's lots of things you can do on both sides. The Umbral are very good. What is the Star Shaft meme that was talking about? Oh, I don't know about that. But Starfire Shafts used to have magic damage. So they were very poor. All the range was very poor because it all did magic damage here for the Wood Elves. It was very poor up against the Dowie. But since then they've changed. They do just fire damage and AP. So they're now very good up against all sorts of entities. So there'll be lots of units in the game that have good magic resistance, etc. Dowie is very good with the magic resistance. Looks like Stormrunner is ready, and we're hoping to get Ducky in as quickly as possible. I'm pretty sure he knows what to bring here, knows what to do, and he's played this matchup multiple times. But I think this is a good even matchup. At mid-tier level, this is a good 50-50 matchup. Very close, very closely contested. At the lower levels, I think it probably actually favours the Wood Elves slightly, just because using big dinos and being able to kite with them well and get some good damage value from the big boys is quite difficult. But at the top level, it's very... I like it for the Lizard Men. I like it for the Lizard Men. Good to go, bud. Right, let's do it. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. But as the meme that Rubduck War was talking about, I'm not sure. He didn't mention anything to me before we started, but let's go with the Wood Elves. So we're going to have, Durfu here today. Big Bad Durfy. So, Big Bad Durfy, he will have a fire weakness, so Starfire Shaft's going to absolutely wreck him, but Sword of Death, Limitation of Despair, Foe Seeker, Transportation of Gadon, Flock of Doom, and Blessing of the Ancients. A little bit strange to see the Blessing of the Ancients here today, because he's not really going to be spending too much time in the forest, but maybe he will, But we are going to have some Glade Riders with Spears here, at least a couple of units of those, and an Eagle in the sky. You don't often see an Eagle here. So, let's have a getting lots of Vanguard here, going to be pushing immediately onto the front line. We are going to be seeing loads of units of Dryads here in the front, and some Glade Riders with Spears here, a big Vanguarded army. We are going to see the Wardens of Sithral. So the Wardens of Sithral, an excellent unit here with a bonus for large anti-large armor piercing, and the nice armor sundering, and the Guardians of the Wild Wood. This gives them the bonus for large anti-large here in the woods, and the charge defense against large. With the psychology, expert charge defense, very good stuff. Branch Wraith in the back as well. We'll be coming most likely with Earthblood, the Withering, Mystify Miasma, Earthblood, Call of the Woods for the melee attack, and Smoke and Mirrors. So very interesting stuff here. We just have a few units of cavalry. Wild Riders here with shields in the back. Wild Riders is going to be very good. Looks like Glade Riders in the back as well. It's going to be a big shutdown here of this Dino Force. We are going to see some Saurus here, and all good mind games. There's Saurus in the front here with the Star Chamber Guardians, alongside Nakai the Wanderer. Let's go! So Nakai the Wanderer are going to be in here as well. Skink cohorts, the Javelins here in the pocket, 3 units of those, as well as the Skink Priest of Heavens. The Skink Priest of Heavens here today will be having the Curse of the Midnight Wind, Wind Blast, and Harmonic Convergence. Horned Ones in the back, and some Cold Ones, Spear Riders. 2 units of Cold One Spear Riders and 1 unit of Horned Ones. I don't see Horned Ones very much. They're phenomenally expensive, but let's get into this. This is going to be a big mash straight from the beginning. Juicy Vanguard indeed. I'm excited for this. Very excited. As you can see, pushing straight down the hill, going to be coming straight onto the front line, and unfortunately here, I think he was expecting mass skirmish, but you're not going to be seeing that today from either side, which is really interesting. You normally see both sides try to out-skirmish each other. However, here, what you are going to be seeing is a big punch in the front line. Poison going to be going straight into the Wardens of Sithral. Only 40 armor for these guys. They do have some good silver shields. Going straight to the front, we are going to be seeing the kind of Wanderer Primal Roar going down alongside the Star Chamber Guardians. They are going to be fighting here up against Durfu, who does have quite a few abilities going down here. Just like a nice wind spell going down on the side. Durfu does have Curse of the Midnight Wind, and it did have the negatives there thanks to Nakai. Sword of Death going down, the Withering as well. Just all sorts of things going on here. Unfortunately, the Star Chamber Guardians are struggling here. Looks like the Wardens of Sithral are winning. And what else do we have here in the pocket? We do have the Branch Wraith going down as well. We do have some Saurus here with the Withering, the negative leadership and negative armor. We do have Nakai in doing okay damage, but it looks like Durfu with his tanky stature will be coming in on top. In the back is going to be a big push here from the Wood Elves. Very good stuff, as we do have the double Wild Riders here in the back, slamming up against the Skink cohorts and the Horned Ones, getting that very nice charge there onto the Horned Ones. We do have some Dryads putting in alongside some Glade Rider Spears on top of the Saurus. Can this Saurus pocket hold is the question. We've lost a unit of Dryads. Dryads will be losing here up against Saurus, no problem. As you can see in the sides, we do have some Glade Riders and Spears, 2 units trying to fight up against this pocket. Do we have anything to take down Durfu is the question. Sword of Death going down with all the good stuff will allow him to punch through against most units. We do have the Nakai the Wanderer still fighting at 3,700 HP, but his pocket holding strong. We can see the Saurus here coming through and surrounding. We do have the bonus of large anti-large armor piercing here from the Cold One Spear Riders. They do some very good work here up against Durfu and the other riders. In the back, they're getting those charge bonuses, and looks like this poor little Skinky here is really going to struggle. Getting straight into the back of him, getting pushed all over the place and dragged. He is going to be struggling here from the heavens. These boys are charging into the backside of the Cold One Spear Rider. Minus power super even, but 200 models here left if you are on the allied side. So coming in here for the Dinos, not too much left for them. Even less here left for the Wood Elves. Wood Elves coming in about, what's that, 240? No, 166 models, not too much left for the Wood Elves. Balance of power still relatively even. We do have units coming back though. 488 here if you are the Lizard Men. Looks like they have rampaged the whole ones. Hormones will be fighting up against Durfu. Durfu is going to be getting poisoned thanks to these skink cohorts. Need to start seeing these Common Spear Riders get involved here. So they are going to be poking up against Durfu. And Akai's coming in. The man, the myth, the legend. Let's get in on him. Are we going to see a double Nakai win here today? And you see Frockadoon going down here on the left. Look at that. Brilliant work here up against these Saurus. Look at those whips coming through with Durfu going straight up against Nakai. Nakai in no fear. Both of these legends smashing straight up against each other. That Sword of Death is going to be punishing Nakai all over the place. Looks like we are going to have the Primal Roar coming through with my 40 melee attack. Durfu will be going down. Balance of power really shifting here in the Lizard Man favour. We do have some healthy units though of Wild Riders on the flanks. If they are able to deal with the food these units, push them off, we could start getting back into the game. But I think it's gone just a little bit too far here. Durfu will be going down. Durfu has shattered, and that is GG's. What an interesting melee smash here right in the middle. Indeed, bro, I had to catch up. I was playing catch up that entire battle. Brilliant stuff. 3.1k damage value here for Durfu. Brilliant stuff. Phenomenal damage value from him. Most of that would have been smashing up against Nakai for sure. 12 kills for 250 damage value for the Branch Ray of 260 damage. 1, 2, and 300 damage value. So a little bit weak here on the Dryad front line, but the Vanguard was, of course, the objective. Vanguard here, 941 for the Wardens and Sith Trial. Really destroyed here up against the Star Chamber Guardians. Very interesting work. 400, 350, and 350 for the Glade Rider Spears, and 500 here. So yeah, not too bad from them. They cost about, what, 550? So all coming in at under cost, but still doing relatively well nonetheless. And as you can see, 933 damage value for the Wild Riders, and 900 as well. Didn't even see what the Eagle did, I'll be honest. I didn't even see where the Eagle did or where the Eagle went. I'm not too sure. It is very brave, and I think Storm really tried to do something different, and Ducky tried to do something different as well. If we were doing a very competitive match here, you wouldn't see this from both sides, but they tried to counter-pick each other from the skirmish, and it clearly didn't work. So, very unfortunate for Storm, but still well played to him. 3.1k damage value, absolutely no joke from Durfu. 2,150 from Nakai the Wanderer, 300 damage value for the Skinks Priest of Heaven, 740 for the front, 790, 1,089 here for the Saurus Warriors with shields, 67 for 900 damage value for the Saurus Warriors, 1,086 for the Star Chamber Guardians. They really struggled there in that pocket. As you see, 470, 340, and 240 for the Skin Cohorts. 1.15 here for the Cold One Spear Riders, 970, and 1,653 for the Horned Ones. Brilliant work there. Don't see Horned Ones at all. Nakai with a 100% win rate from a Roll Like a Wall. Brilliant stuff, bro. Brilliant stuff. Round of applause to you, sir. Round of applause. Good work here. So the second time that I am going to cast this, Rubber Duck of War, yet again proving he is the best duck of the ducks. So well played to him here today. I hope you guys did enjoy this content. If you did, please leave a big like. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, he played fantastically well today. Well played, Ducky. Only map you dropped, I think, was against Part Map, I believe. Really good stuff. So let's update that there. 2-0 win for Rubber Duck of War. And we'll finish that tournament off there. Brilliant stuff. So quick stuff, guys, just before we finish up here today, well played to Rubber Duck of War. Hope you guys enjoyed the DBD Civil War. Going forward for tomorrow, we will be going ahead with Battlemania. For those that don't know what Battlemania is a multiplayer tournament here I host on the channel for myself. You guys can check that out in the description. You'll be able to go on to my channel, go into the Battlemania section, and throughout my Discord, you'll be able to find all the information there. Scared the Wardens were so launched everything against them. Yeah, the Wardens were very scary in that matchup. The Wardens did very well. They really destroyed your Temple Guard, which surprised me. But yeah, good stuff. But also next week, guys, sub-faction tournament, for anybody that did miss it. So we will be doing a sub-faction only tournament. So you bring one sub-faction, you can play that sub-faction however you like. And obviously you'll be having your legendary lord in that sub-faction, and you can play any of the other base lords as well. You can bring all of the factions and all the cool things that come within that. And hopefully it'll be lots and lots of fun. So hopefully I'll see all of you guys there for that tournament. Battlemania Season Invitational. So that's the top 8 players from Battlemania from Season 2. We'll be playing next week, next Friday. And tomorrow is the final week where you can grab points for yourself to make that final. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I hope you've enjoyed your time here today with myself and all of the other DBD guys. If you have, awesome. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll be seeing all of you tomorrow. Take care.